This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. Hey, a great Tuesday morning to everybody. It's another day of great times and golden oldies, because we're all old. We're all getting, every day we get another day older, and I'd say another day deeper in debt. And with this economy and with our government, we are one day older and deeper in debt. So what do they say? Say, Peter, don't call me because I can't go. Who the hell sang that song? Tennessee Ernie Ford, because I owe my soul to the company stole. I'm about as bad a singer as I'm a radio host, so that's not going to get me anywhere. Hey, before we get going with anything, I'm not going to let this pass. And it may break me up because, see, I love animals. Sometimes don't care for people. There's a commentary in the Belleville paper. And this gal is my hero, Sandie Konopelski. Sandie Konopelski. She's the lady from O'Fallon that not this April the 24th, but last April the 24th was the first anniversary of her death. You remember this lady? I did, and it's just reminded me. She's the lady that died trying to save a possum in the road. Now, it says, her friends say, I wish the late, great Sandie, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Konopelski of O'Fallon was still around, and I do too. She worked for the Metro East Wildlife Rescue volunteer who was struck and killed by the Metrolink train while trying to remove a possum from the track. What a hero. Had to be a beautiful lady. Then we get asswipes that are walking the street that kill people, sell dope, rape people, and we have the good people die? What a waste. What a waste. But somebody, and it says here, a few uninformed people thought she got what she deserved. Hey, I got something for you uninformed people. You no good, rotten son of a bitches. How the hell can any uninformed person say she got what she deserved? And people say, I'm a bad guy? You rotten son of a bitch and uninformed people, I hope you die in rotten hell. And I don't mean politically. Who the hell's going to say a few uninformed people thought that this lady got what she deserved? Risk your life to save an animal? I like to see one of these rotten bastards, these no-count son of a bitches. And I hate these political son of a bitches at St. Clair County at the courthouse. But I'll be damned. They're not as bad as whoever these I'd like to know. Well, if one of you uninformed son of a bitches are out there, give me a call, will you? See, crap like this just pisses me off. People will say, my friends, you don't have a dog in that fight? The hell I don't. No, I've got a possum in this fight. This lady died saving a possum. And some rotten, no good son of a bitches are going to say she got what she deserved? I just want to tell you, whoever the family is, I wish somebody from the family would give me a call because I'd like to thank them. I'd like to thank them for the great lady they had in their life. Sandie, it's Konopelski from O'Fallon. And I think I'm going to note this down because as long as I'm around, I think every year we're going to salute this hero because she was a hero. Here comes a Metrolink train, and she's trying to save the life of a possum who was stuck in the train track. And then some asswipe rotten bastards are going to say she got what she deserved. No, she better get what she deserved. If there is a heaven, I hope that nice lady, she's got a spot right next to Jesus. And some of you, see, this just pisses me off. I just could not let this go unnoticed. And, I can't say what I'd like to say about these rotten bastards. But at this point, I'm going to have a moment of silence for Sandie Konopelski, I believe it is. Konopelski. And I want to salute her. I want to salute her family for the hero she was and is. And for you rotten son of a bitches that thought she got what she deserved, I hope you get what you deserve, you rotten, no-count, lousy bastards. Let's have a moment of silence for this hero. And if any of you people out there listening think I'm an idiot for addressing this or thinking I'm wasting your time with this moment of silence, you all, here, do me a favor. Flush yourself down a toilet because you're no more than a piece of crap. But for you good people, you understand what I'm talking about. Life's short. We got crap. We got bastards like this that say a woman got what she deserved. I don't know what's wrong in our society anymore. People are getting killed every damn day. Every day we're getting killed in this great country. That's a little bit because we're not supporting our first responders. We're not supporting our policemen. This world's going to be in chaos in another 100 years. We're not going to have enough food to feed the people. Hell, it's going to be survival of the fittest. And I'm the bad guy. Well, hey, I'm not the best guy. But I'll tell you what, I'm not as rotten as some of these no-count, no-good son of a bitches. Let's take care of a little bit of housekeeping, and then I'm going crazy. I'm going to go crazy today because I'm pissed. I'm pissed about that. I'm pissed about a lot of crap. So if you don't want to hear me being pissed, turn off the damn radio. And by the way, don't come back because I'm always pissed about something, and I'm going to tell you the way I feel. Don't give a damn about being politically correct. Don't give a damn about getting a vote. Don't give a damn about getting elected. Don't give a damn about anything except destroying and exposing these rotten bastards who are destroying our country. Says, good morning, Mr. Romanik. Can you mention that the Villa Hill Fire Department, great people up there in Villa Hill, their fire department's open house and training tower demonstration. They've been working on their training tower for quite some time. Their training tower and open house demonstration will be held this Saturday, May the 7th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with the live demonstration at 12 noon in the training tower. They're located at 100 Coniston Drive in Belleville. If you have any questions or concerns, you can call the good firefighters at 781-6515. That's 781-6515. He asked if Roger and Carl and I will stop by, and we sure will, Chief. We appreciate you guys and all the first responders for everything they do. And Steve Allen's the chief out there, and Chief will be out there on a Saturday, and hopefully everybody can come out and see what a great job you guys have done and the great job you and all the first responders, policemen, firemen, paramedics, dispatchers, everybody that helps the community when they need help. We want to put a shout out to you guys. Where the hell's my housekeeping? Here it is. Wood River Kiwanis Club having their annual barbecue on June the 2nd and 3rd and 4th. We'll talk about that later. That's a little bit early. Also, bear with me because I'm about as organized as you can't get. Coming up on May the 21st, Saturday, it's the Spring Fling Dance at Most Holy Trinity Church. They're located at 35 619 North 14th Street in St. Louis. It's the Most Holy Trinity Catholic Church. They're having their spring fling dance. Entry fee is $15 for adults only. If you have any questions or concerns, you can contact 314-241-9165. Coming up May the 28th, don't forget, our good friends down at the American Legion Post 480 out of Steelville, Illinois. They're having the great band, the local band who made it big time, Head East. Going to have a great time. Going to be other bands there. It's going to be on Memorial Day weekend to honor our vets, I'm sure. You can contact the president of the organization, Don Getz. It's 618-599-3922 for tickets. The radio station will be out there. I think everybody's going to have a good time, and we'll talk about that more to have them come in again a little bit later. Don't forget, our good friends in Millstadt still looking for donations to keep the old Millstadt water tower, to keep it in good shape. They need to revitalize that, and they need donations. If you would care to donate, you can contact Kelly Timmer. It's 618-520-3623. And again, thank everybody in Millstadt. Every time we're out there, we get a great response. So I want to thank you, good people, for that. Lunch at the Legion, Monday through Friday. The American Legion in O'Fallon. Don't forget to go by there. They've got great guys with great food. The American Legion Post 1255 will host their annual 15th flag retirement ceremony on the post grounds at 2 o'clock p.m. on May the 21st. They're located at 201 Eiler Road in Belleville. Retired Colonel James Pratt, a great gentleman. He'll be the master of ceremonies. And if you have any questions or concerns or would like your old tattered flag retired, you can give them a call at 538-5445. Student Appreciation and Donor Night to be held at the Scottish Rite Banquet Hall coming up Monday, May the 9th. Any questions or concerns? 235-9392. Blood drive coming up this Thursday, May the 5th from 3 to 8 p.m. Also in Millstadt at the St. James Catholic Parish and School. It's the Shane Tonist Blood Drive. If you have any questions or concerns, 1-800-733-2767. Dupo Shop with a Cop. Their Buddy Bluegill Fishing Tournament coming up this Saturday, May the 7th. If you want to get involved, if you'd like to donate to such a great cause, you can contact Mike Sullivan at 618-960-8724. Last but not least, our good friends at the Polish-American War Vets having their summer meat shoot coming up Sunday, May the 22nd. It'll start at noon. They're located at 2180 North 81st Street in Caseyville. Telephone number 618-398-5040 for any and all information. Don't forget, you can pick me up on iTunes. Type in Bob Romanik and the Grim Reaper of Radio. You can go to our streaming site, insanebroadcasting.com, one word, common spelling, for the best of all three of our great stations. You can now hear me every day on my repeat performance at 4 o'clock, Monday through Friday. And also broadcasting from the graveyard to the graveyard shift every night at the stroke of midnight. You know, we've got people that listen all over the country. And you can go to our streaming site. We've got iTunes. There's 2 or 3 different apps that you can go to if you're not in the area, or if you're in the outer area that we don't reach, you can still get us on your telephones on different apps, and you can check around. Hell, I don't know what they are. I'm not that intelligent. Also, please like us on Facebook, KQQZ 1190 AM or KZQZ 1430 AM. You can go to my Facebook, Fans of the Grim Reaper Radio, or Bob Romanik for State Representative. I don't do that. I've got people that do it because I don't know. I'm too ignorant. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But if you want to give us some guidance, give us some information, whatever you want to give. You want to give us hell, don't hesitate. You can give us whatever you want, because in this great country of ours, that's what we do. That's what we do. On this date, May the 3rd, 1765, the first United States Medical School opened in Philadelphia. On this date, May the 3rd, 1919, America's first passenger airline service began. On this date, May the 3rd, 1921, West Virginia imposed the first state sales tax. On this date, May the 3rd, 1923, the first nonstop transcontinental flight from New York to San Diego was completed. On this date, May the 3rd, 1973, the 110-story Sears Tower in Chicago toppled out at 1,450 feet, at that time making it the world's tallest building. That's what happened on this date, May the 3rd, throughout all these years in our world's history. Go ahead, caller. We've got some callers. Caller, you're on the dark side.
Hi, Bob.
Hi, ma'am. How you doing?
Fine. It's Adele from Treehouse Wildlife Center.
Hey, Adele. How you doing, sweetheart? Hey, we want to salute you along with our first responders and brave military for all you do for our great country, and I mean that sincerely.
Well, thank you so much. I just wanted to comment about Sandie Konopelski and what a great loss she's been to the wildlife rehabilitation community.
And I got to say, Adele, a great loss to this great country, because that was one lovely human being. You bet.
She would go anywhere, anytime, any place to save, no matter what it was. People sometimes say that, possums are the lowest form of, on Earth, and didn't matter to her.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Adele, I'd like to donate $500 in her name. So would you send me something, or my producer will get your number? But I'd like to do that just in her name, because what a great lady she was. I didn't know her, but I would have loved to, and I feel for her and her family. But I'd like to make a donation. Anybody else is compelled, how can they make donations to your wildlife center, Adele? I know that's not why you called, but you guys do great work up there. I know you get no funding. It's all self-funding. So how can people help you good people out if they'd like to?
Well, probably the best way would be from our website, treehousewildlifecenter.com, and we will make sure that the money goes towards something that Sandie, would care about. I mean, I used to meet her every Monday in Fairview Heights to pick up animals to take to Treehouse that she wasn't taking care of, and then we'd meet again the next Monday to give her the animal to release. So she's really missed.
Adele, can you give us a minute or two about where you guys are located and what you do? And I know the public's always welcome out there. Since you're on the air, let's give you a little bit of publicity, because you guys could use it, and you guys do deserve it.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we're kind of picking up all the territory that Sandie had. So we're taking in St. Clair County, Monroe, Randolph, and Points East. So we're really swamped this time of year, especially with the orphans coming in. We are located kind of off the Great River Road, I would say behind Elsa. If you go through Elsa and keep going on Elsa Road, you'll see a sign for us. And we are open to the public during daylight hours, and it's free admission. We do accept donations, and we appreciate people coming out and seeing. We have a lot of animals out there that people may not have seen up close. So come on out.
Adele, you guys do great work. Thank you very much. Thanks for all you do, and we're going to get my producer on to get the address. And I challenge anybody and everybody that loves animals to do whatever you can do. Adele, thank you very much. We want to salute you again.
Well, thanks for what you do, Bob, for us.
You're welcome, honey. Thank you very much for the call. Stuff like that breaks me up. And if they say, whoever says that men don't cry, they're rotten, no good for nothing son of a bitches. How the hell does somebody say this lady got what she deserved? I tell you what. Now, speaking of some son of a bitch that gets what they deserve, here's a Supreme Court justice blast California's death penalty use. Now, here's a Supreme Court justice, and who the hell is he? And I don't give a damn. They can come get me. Blah, blah, blah. Who's a Breyer? He's mad because the people on death row in California aren't getting treated properly. It says this guy was stabbed, or this lady, was stabbed 24 times in the neck, the chest, the back, and bled to death. This victim. And here's the son of a bitch that says the guy that killed her this guy that killed her, a guy named Barrier, argued that the Eighth Amendment banned on cruel and unusual punishment should apply to a state that incarcerates a person for lengthy periods under threats of execution. Now, this is the son of a bitch that stabbed this poor lady 24 times in the neck, the chest, the back, and this lady laid there and bled to death. And this ass-white piece of crap, a guy named Barrier, was sentenced to death 32 years ago. These guys on death row, they get their own little place. They get a TV. They get 3 meals a day. He's been on death row for 32 years. I would have took a guillotine. I'd take a hatchet and chop this son of a bitch's head off. He'd be dead in a second. Cost nobody nothing. I'll bring my own hatchet. And I'll pay whatever the fare is to get to where this son of a bitch is at. Do you people understand how crazy this country is? How politically correct this crap is? That's bull crap. But here's a guy on death row who's challenging the Eighth Amendment, their ban on cruel and unusual punishment, and he's saying that he's being treated cruel and unusual punishment because he's been on death row for 32 years under the threat of execution. Hey, let's don't threaten these son of a bitches. Let's do it. See, I advocate before, and again, I'm going to hear it from people. Bob, you're running for office. You can't go crazy. The hell I can't. I go whatever I want to go. And if I get to Springfield, I'll go crazy on them son of a bitches. But anyway, I put a little can of cyanide, some kind of poisoning, and I'd make sure it was some kind of poisoning that when it went down, they'd know they were dying. And I mean that. They know they were dying. Because this guy killed somebody's wife, mother, sister, daughter, friend. And he's worried about him having cruel and unusual punishment. But anyway, 32 years on death row. It probably costs us $50,000, $100,000 a year for everybody on death row. So you put a little can of cyanide, some kind of poison, and you say, listen, you're going to die, you son of a bitch. It's going to be an agonizing death, and you're going to have to wait here until you do die. Now, there's some poison. We're putting it in your room. We're going to take it out 24 hours from now. So you make your decision. You as a person, the same person that made the decision to be put there, the same person that made the decision to stab a poor innocent lady 24 times and have her bleed out. You got 24 hours, you idiot. And if you want to take that poison and end it so you don't have cruel and unusual punishment, but at least he's been breathing for 32 years. At least he's been eating. I'm sure he corresponds with his family. You know, what the hell? This guy said he drank beer, smoked PCP cigarettes, shared a 1/4 gram of cocaine. What kind of excuse is that, you ignorant bastard? You know, it just pisses me off. I got a major problem. With these son of a bitches on death row. It's costing us a fortune, and then they want to be the victims? They're the victims, my ass. It just pisses me off. But see, that's what happens, people, when we get politically correct. Politically correct crap, they can all kiss my ass. I'm never going to be politically correct. I'm going to be politically insane. That's the only way we're going to get these ass-wipe people's attention, is to go insane on them. Politically insane, no violence. Never any violence. But we have to do something. We have to get their attention. Had a lady at the celebration honoring our veterans, and a great time, people. If you go to the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition website or Facebook, you'll see the pictures. Over 520 people there. We had Democrats, Republicans, independents, men, women, black, white, honoring our great country. You've never seen a more patriotic setting than last Saturday night at Fisher's, and I want to thank everybody at Fisher's for the great food, the great service, the great atmosphere. But, you know, we got to get back to not loving our neighbors so much, is not hating our neighbors. We got to get back to the day whenever people respected the public servants, and more so than that, when the public servants respected the people. These politicians don't respect us, people. They get elected. They put themselves on this pedestal. They raise our taxes so they can give their friends jobs, so their friends can go out and get more votes to get them elected. It's a perpetual cycle. You guys have seen it in St. Clair County for the last 20, 30, 40 years. And it's not going to go away. It's not going to stop. You're not going to stop that shoplifter in your store if every time he comes in and shoplifts from your store, you let him go. He's going to come back time and time and time again. And that's what we've let these politicians do. We keep electing them time and time and time again. They don't give a damn. The proud black community in East St. Louis, the New Vision Democrats, they're the new vision for a better tomorrow. They've come off the plantation. Over half the precinct committeemen, over half the people, the political people in East St. Louis said, hey, we're tired of Sprague's crap. We're tired of Kern's crap. We're tired of Barris. We're tired of everybody's crap. They're tired. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to vote against these son of a bitches. They've been voting for them for the last 50 years. Same way in Centerville Township, Cahokia, Centerville, Allerton. They keep voting for these rotten bastards, these political parasitical punks that we call politicians. They keep voting for them. And then the politicians, you know how they reward their constituents? You know how they reward the people that put them in these high-paying jobs that we're paying for as hardworking taxpayers? They screw them even more. Times have changed, people. The New Vision Democrats in East St. Louis, the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, they've united with the group in Cahokia, the Cahokia Division, united with the people in the outer county. We're not going to take it anymore. The St. Clair County Freedom Coalition started out as a patriotic movement, and it still is a patriotic movement. But we have to save this country. That's the patriotic movement. And the only way we can save this country, save this county, save this state, is to get rid of these asswipe political bastards. And you can see the groundswell of support coming every day in St. Clair County. Sprague, Kern, those idiots, they know their days are numbered. Politically, of course, their days are numbered. So let's remember, people, let's fight the fight. But before we go to break again, this crap in California, unbelievable, where the guy on death row is now the victim. Victim my ass. I got something, victim. I'll sharpen it up. But when we get done, it's not about what's right or wrong. It's about what's just. And we need justice for our people, for our country. And until we grab the bull by the horns, we're never, ever going to get it. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, your guardian of the First Amendment, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio at its finest, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. There's all this budget crisis going on in the state, and you heard me. If I'm elected state representative, I don't want a salary, I don't want a benefit, I don't want a penny from you good people in my district or you good people throughout the state of Illinois. I'm not taking a penny for anything, and I'm going to ask, and I'm going to put legislation up to make it, if it's going to be a part-time position, as it is, let's give them $25,000, $30,000 a year. Don't need a big pension, don't need a big per diem. Don't need insurance and benefits on a part-time position. Now, if they want to keep it full-time, then make it full-time and let everybody be up there from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. That's worth $70,000, $80,000 a year. That's worth a pension at the end of 20 years. That's worth insurance because it's a job. It's not a job for the state senators and state representatives. To me, it'll be an honor to represent my people in the 114th Legislative District. But having said that, the state's in a budget crisis only because the Democrats and the Republicans, there's enough blame to go around, won't get their heads on straight and won't do what needs to be done. But it's summertime, and I see there's 3 parks, Horseshoe Lake Park, Ramsey Lake, and Carlisle Lake, that they've shut them down because past dues are due for the electrical company. I've got my secretary making contact with Southwestern Electric Cooperative. They refuse to turn the power on unless the past due bills are paid. I'm going to personally, and they're not in my district, so I don't give a damn. But, it's summertime. People, less fortunate people, the only place they have to go sometime are these state parks. They can't go to Six Flags for $80, $90. They can't go to the ball game and take a family for $300 or $400. They work hard, but they're not making the money they need to make. So these state parks should be open for the less fortunate and for everybody. So I've got my secretary contacting the Southwestern Electric Cooperative, and I'm going to pay the electric bill for the Horseshoe Lake, for Ramsey Lake, and for Carlisle Lake. And I say that not that I'm a good guy, because I'm not a good guy, but I feel compelled. Don't you people that sometimes just feel compelled to do something? Not getting anything out of it. I'm not getting a vote out of this, because all 3 of those are not even close to my district. I'm doing that because I feel compelled to do it, because I can do it, because I can give something back. You can't just keep taking and taking and taking. If you're a farmer and you make a $10,000 play on your crops that you sold that year, you can't take that $10,000 out and spend it. You got to take $5,000, save, and the other $5,000 you have to buy fertilizer. You have to put back into the land so the next year you can produce a crop. And that's what we have to do as people, as human beings. We have to put back. We can't keep taking from this great land of ours. We all have to take enough to survive. We don't have to just take to be greedy. These politicians just take, they get one pension, then a second pension. $17 billion in debt on our pensions in Illinois, people, because of the greed of these rotten bastards. The part-time positions like state senators, state reps, you don't need a pension. What the hell's a pension? You don't need $130 a day. Hell, it costs me $12 a day to drive up for gas. And I can drive through McDonald's for $3. That's $15. And they'll give us $130, $140 a day that's coming out of not their pockets, but coming out of your pockets. That's not fair. That's just complete greed. But anyway, we're going to contact the Southwestern Electric Cooperative, and if we can do that today, we're going to send the money to open up Horseshoe Lake, Ramsey Lake, and Carlisle Lake. And I challenge everyone that's had a successful business that's got a little extra money. It don't have to be to pay for the electric bill for the state. Pay for some food for poor kids. Pay for a bicycle. Get out and see somebody. Buy them a bike. Buy them dinner. Do something. I guarantee you, I'm far from being perfect, and I do it because I'm selfish. It makes me feel good at the end of the day, and I guarantee you, and there's a lot of good people out there that do it, but if you really want to feel good, don't go out and buy you a new Cadillac or a new Mercedes. Take a few of those dollars and buy something for somebody that needs it, and buy you a little less expensive car. It's going to get you where you're going. It's going to give you the same ride, maybe even better. But let's give back something, people, because if we don't, there's not going to be a world, there's not going to be a country to live in for future generations. I got to say this. I was asked not to, but I got to. This Barb Viviano out in O'Fallon, and John West and Doug Jamison, the chairman of the St. Clair County Republicans, and I don't forget Mary Turman out there. I sent word for them to come to celebrate our great country, to honor our military heroes Saturday night. Hell, I'm glad they didn't come because they couldn't have got in the door. It was so crowded. But they refused. And now they tell me that one of the candidates that wasn't really with us, he came to the celebration. It wasn't a political thing. There was Republican state representatives, Republican judges. There was Democratic leaders from East St. Louis and all over the county. It was not a political thing. It was a patriotic thing, a patriotic salute to America. And Doug Jamison, John West, Barb Viviano, and Mary Turman, they decided not to come. See, because these asswipe son of a bitches, they didn't want to come and salute and honor our great country because it wasn't about them narcissistic son of a bitches. It's that little group in O'Fallon, people that call themselves the St. Clair County Republican Party. There's a group of 20, 30 people. They can't get you $20 or 500 votes. The good Republicans in the outer county don't even know these asswipes. But they're attempting everybody that come to that celebration to honor our great country and honor our great military, and it was one heck of an event. They want to throw everybody out of the Republican Party because they went to an event that honored America and our proud military. Again, there were highly elected officials on both sides of the political aisle at the celebration. It was never meant to be a political event, but strictly a patriotic event, a patriotic movement of Democrats, Republicans, independents, men, women, black and white. It was about America. And these four asswipe, ignorant, no good son of a bitches, anybody that showed up, they don't want anything to do with. Well, I say, I don't want anything to do with anybody that don't want anything to do with people that are honoring America, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. So I got to say to you, Doug Jamison, you asswipe bastard, this is a son of a bitch that's up there in Springfield, Sangamon County. Get the records. Go to our St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. Now they got me going, and I don't give a damn. Son of a bitch been charged. You can read the rap sheet. Domestic violence. An order to go to a psychiatrist, psychological exam. It's all in the records. DUIs. Mothers Against Drunk Driving. You ought to be all over this stupid son of a bitch. He's a leader of the St. Clair County Republican Party. My ass. And I'm the bad guy. Didn't pay $100,000 in back child support. And that's as egregious as the domestic battery. Not any worse, but not any less. When you can't take care of your children to the tune of $100,000, go to Sangamon County, circuit clerk, go to their computer, their website, Doug S. Jamison, Jameson, Doug S. Jamison. You'll see that ignorant son of a bitch. And he's running the Republican Party, and they throw me out? Hell, that's like having Hitler throw a nice Jewish person out of their club. Hell, a Jewish person never wanted to be in their club in the first place, never cared what they stood for. And I'm not comparing myself to a proud Jewish person because I'm not Jewish and probably not too proud. But it's the same analogy. These no good son of a bitches throw everybody out of the party that don't kiss their ass. So they've got 10 or 20 people. They're hurting not just the Republican Party of St. Clair County, they're hurting the process, the political process, because they don't want the Republicans to win, because then they're not the big shots. Then they can't have control of everything. And that's bad. We need a two-party system in St. Clair County. And it appears that the St. Clair County Republicans are doing the same thing that the national Republicans are doing. The party, the few party elite, they don't give a damn what the masses of the Republicans want, and apparently they want Trump. And I'm not saying I'm supportive of Trump, and it's not an endorsement of Trump. But apparently the mainstream, the rank and file Republicans want Donald Trump. But the few elitist political leaders don't, because they'll lose power, they'll lose control. And that's the same thing happening here in St. Clair County. If there was a decent St. Clair County Republican organization and leadership that was all-inclusive, this ignorant Jameson, there was two Democrats who couldn't stand to be Democrats anymore. They voted Republican in the primary. They wanted to run against the Democratic office holders for county board, just to give the people of St. Clair County and their district the opportunity to make a choice. This asswipe Doug Jamison says anybody that was a Democrat, we don't want in the party, we don't want running. Well, you idiot, how are you going to build your base if you don't be all-inclusive and bring everybody into the fray? There's a lot of people that don't want to be Democrats anymore, because the Democrats of today aren't the Democrats of the past, the good Democrats of the past. But these few asswipes, let me give you the names again. Write down a pen and paper and remember these names. Mary Turman, Barb Viviano, and this lady, and I use that term loosely, she thinks she's the queen of O'Fallon. And I know people are going to say, Bob, you're pissing them off. It's going to hurt you. I don't give a damn. I'm not going to lose what little integrity I've got left in my old life to get a vote from these asswipe political bastards. Take their votes and vote against me every damn day. John West, same way. Doug Jamison, Mary Turman. I like to say Mary Turman. I'd say Mary Turdman, but then I'd have to apologize to the turds of the world. They're starting to piss me off, people. Give a damn. You know, it's like you can't live politics. You got to play politics. These bastards want to live politics 24/7. They want politics to run our lives. No, I want us to run our lives. I want the political people to be there whenever we have a bump in the road. I want less government. I want less government for the people. When we need the government, that's when they should be there. When we need asswipes like these stupid son of a bitches, not the proud Republicans all throughout St. Clair County, but the little asswipe O'Fallon group. And I don't mean the good Republicans in O'Fallon, because there's some great Republicans in O'Fallon, some great people. They've got this renegade group, and they're terrorizing the whole county. Why say terrorize my ass, you rotten, stupid bastards? Terrorize my ass. But they don't want any Democrats anymore because they're going to lose control. They don't want Democrats. I'd want anybody to run against these asswipe Democratic candidates to give the people a choice. It's not your say, Jameson. It's not your say, Barb Viviano. It's not your say, John West, or especially not your say, Mary Turman. It's not your say who should be on that ballot. Everyone should have the opportunity to get on the ballot. And then the good people should make the decision. But when you stop people from getting on the ballot, what you actually do is stop people from having a choice. And you guys, this is not Italy. You're not Mussolini. This is not Germany. You're not Hitler. This is America. And what you are, you four asswipe bastards, are just that. Asswipe bastards. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest, and I'm happy we're politically insane, and we don't give a damn. America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. I want to say hello to a great patriot, Bob Graw, originally from St. Clair County, listens all the time. He's a Korean War vet. So, Bob Graw, we want to thank you for your great service to this country of ours. And true patriots, we want to salute all of our patriots. We've only got a few minutes. I'm going to touch on this tomorrow. Lindenwood students feel safe despite struck pedestrian. Now, I got to say, I'm not going to be politically correct here. And I think Lindenwood College has done some good. I don't think it's brought a lot of money. It's taking money because every house they take gets off the tax rolls. But these students, and again, not going to be politically correct, these are college students. They've got two crosswalks within about 40 feet of each other, right there at 21st and West Main. They've got the campus, and then they've got the dormitory right across the street. And nobody wants to walk in the crosswalk. These 19, 20, 21-year-old educated students, they just dart across the street. And when somebody hits one of them, then it's the person's fault driving. No, there's a picture in the front page. There's crosswalks about 50 feet, 35, 40, 50 feet on both east and west of the exit for their dormitory. But they want one right in the middle. And it says, if I could change one thing, I'd put a crosswalk right in front of the men's dorm, like the one they have at the women's. These kids can't walk 25, 30 feet. And it says people here, I like this. Guy from Massachusetts attends Lindenwood Belleville on a bowling scholarship. Now, unbelievable. But they don't want to walk in the crosswalk and they want to blame the drivers. These kids aren't from Belleville, most of them. And it's unbelievable. It says the steps of the men's dorm are about 7 feet from the curb. So they just want to dart right across it. And one jerk, and some kids are jerks. I usually jog across so I don't have to spend any more time than necessary in the road. But they won't walk to the crosswalk. People do. I've stopped at that crosswalk, and then you stop at the crosswalk, you start driving to the next crosswalk, and there's some idiot running across, and you about hit them. And they're crying that, and these are educated kids. I don't know what the hell. And it says, maybe they build a overpass for these kids. Now, if you're not smart enough, and if you're too lazy to make the crosswalk, you're too lazy to go to school and not smart enough to be in school, you idiots. And that's not all the students at Lindenwood. And again, guys say, that ain't politically correct. Don't give a damn. You people are all driven down the street. These kids, they don't give a damn. They cross over anywhere. And they've got 2 crosswalks within 50 feet of each other, but they want it right there. Hey, you idiots, well, your dorm, why don't we just have the classroom in your little dorm room? That'll be more convenient for you stupid son of a bitches. Yeah, let's just have it right in your dorm. You don't have to cross the street. But everybody always wants to blame somebody else for their misgivings. And apparently, and the guy says here, you have to be careful because a lot of drivers aren't too courteous. Yes, we are. We know we have to stop at crosswalks. But we don't have to stop 3 times between the crosswalks because some asswipes are too lazy to walk to the crosswalk and they want to make a big deal. Somebody gets hit. And I hope the person's fine. But don't blame the drivers. Don't always blame somebody that's not at fault. These students need to be told, hey, you got to cross at the crosswalk. If not, you're going to be charged. You're going to be charged with jaywalking. That's what needs to happen. And in the school, they take over all those houses off 20th Street in West Main, and there's still a few good people that have residents there. The college says, no, it's a alcohol-free campus. It's not alcohol-free. I drive down the street, I see beer cans all over. And I don't have a dog in the fight, but there's some nice people that still live in that area. And they've definitely got a dog in the fight. These kids are living in houses without sprinkler systems because Mark Pussy Boy, also known as Maximus Vaginas, he lets it happen because he makes money. Him and his wife make money from the flower shop at the tune of $25,000 over the last 4 or 5 years for graduation flowers. And he's going to get a job offer at the university when he loses the next election, and he's going to lose. You know how safe it is. Now, there's robberies at Emo's. There's robberies at the Family Dollar. There's robberies all over, and they put it in the little blotter, people. They don't put it on front page to get you people worried. They'll put it on the 5th or 8th or 20th page. No, I'd want to know in my community where the crime's at so I can be safe and stay away from that area. But these asswipe politicians, they'll do anything to make themselves look good. They'd rather lose a life. They would rather lose a life than lose a vote and lose the election. How egregious, how nasty is that for these rotten, parasitical punks that we call politicians? This is Bob Romanik. And you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio. And we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. Come on back tomorrow, people. It'll be the same grind. It's like Groundhog's Day. But that's what we do. We get up, we take a shower, we take a crap, wipe our ass. We take a kern and wipe our sprague, and then we go off to work. We work all day. We come back. They take half our money for taxes, but we do it anyway because we have to survive. And we continue that, just like we continue fighting these rotten bastard political parasitical punks that we call politicians. We got to do the latter, so let's do it all. Let's get up. Let's go to work. Let's do the same crap every day. Let them take our money, our hardworking tax dollars. Let them do it day in and day out. But the days are numbered, you political bastards. The days are numbered. People all throughout this country, they're ready to make a change. And a change is going to be made. It's going to be made all throughout this great country, all throughout these counties, these cities, these states. The change can't be for the worse because it can't get any worse. No matter what direction it goes, it can't get any further down. So let's remember, people, research these candidates, research the situations, and come election day, let's all unite. Let's all continue together to expose these rotten bastards. And as you know, when the time comes, just like death, it's political death for these son of a bitches, because they need to die off politically, of course. They need to go and never come back. We can do that if we stick together, if we understand what this country's about, and we understand where it's going, the bad direction it's going. We can change courses. We can do that together to destroy these son of a bitches. Again, politically, of course. Right here on the dark side.
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha, to the funny farm.